Hello students, today in the first unit we are going to learn about the industry and commerce, and basically these are the classification of business activities. So first of all we must know what is an industry. Industry is like a system in which we convert or process things to make it better and facilitate their multiple use, or simply we can say production from raw material and conversion of it into useful goods. So that is industry, and the next term is commerce. Commerce is like a facility which involve movement of goods from the production to the ultimate consumer. It facilitates all the resources in between. So there are 2 points. First one is the production place, and the second one is the consumer. So whatever comes in between, like the agent, wholesaler, retailer, transportation, banking, insurance, warehousing, everything will be covered under commerce. So it facilitates movement of goods from producer to ultimate consumer. Now move on to the industry. First of all, we must know how many types of industries are there. So there are three types of industry: primary, secondary, and tertiary. You have already studied it in class 9th, I think. So these are primary sector, secondary or tertiary sector. Same thing is here. We have just more elaboration in class 11. So the primary industries are those industries which is engaged in extraction of raw material from nature, and as well as involved in uh, animal husbandry, we can say, breeding plants and animals. So it is basically dependent on nature. Whatever nature has provided us, we have to exploit it for better use. So it is of two types. First one is genetic and second one is extractive. The genetic industry means which deals with the reproduction of animals and plants, like fisheries, piggeries, or we can say the any cattle breeding process in which the cows are being breeded or hybrided, and any nursery which can produce better seeds, better plants, better flowers, aromatic flowers, medicinal plants. So the genetic part is related with making the existing genes of any species, whether plant or animal, better for future use. And the next one is extractive. Extractive industries are those industries which take or dig out the minerals from nature, like coal mines, gold mines, lumbering, even fishing and hunting are also included in the extractive industries. But now it is banned, so we can write it. It is type of extractive industry. Then move on to the next part, that is secondary industry. The secondary industries are those industries which takes raw material from raw material from primary industry. So it is totally dependent on primary industry. The final product of primary industry may be the raw material for secondary industry. For example, in primary industry we have uh, various type of crops. So these crops can be used by secondary industry for further processing. Then the secondary industry is divided into two parts. The major headings are manufacturing and construction. The manufacturing part involved with the production with a factory system where raw material is processed and finished in a different shape, size, and with better utilities. And the construction industries are related with the infrastructure. You can directly write here infrastructure. Infrastructure means making dams, bridges, roads, telephone lines, highways, anything which is related to construction. Now, further we categorize the manufacturing industry into four types. First one is analytical industry. The analytical industry is an industry where we analyze a product and take out many byproducts from it. For example, crude oil. If we dig out the crude oil, then we can get the petroleum plus diesel, kerosene, paraffin wax, and there are lots of byproduct of the crude oil. So in this industry, analytical industry, we have one major source, and from it we can get many byproducts. These are byproducts. And this is raw material. From one raw material we can take any number of byproducts. It depends on the raw material what we have taken. Then next one is synthetical industry. Synthetical industry is just reverse of the analytical industry. Means from we can manufacture one product from many products. Product A, B, C, D, E are there, and then finally we will get the product F. So by combining many products, we will get only one single product. So that is synthetical industry. We can take example of cement. Then next one is processing industry. Processing industries are those industries where we have successive stages of a product, and in each and every stage we have a different product. Means we are starting with one single raw material, and in the first stage we will get another one, then in second stage we will get next one, and so on. So processing industry, for processing industry we can take example of paper or flour mill, and also the juices or jams. Then we have last type, that is assembling industry. As its name suggests, its features, assembling means combining various components to make a one single component. And the examples are computers. You can see the computers are never made by any one company. All the parts, if you check it in detail, all the parts are manufactured by different producers. They just assemble them, purchase them from various producers, and combine them, assemble them, then sell it to the ultimate consumer. So, computer and car can be taken as an example of assembling industry. So, we have completed the primary industry, then secondary industry, and third one is tertiary industry. Tertiary industry relates with service sector. It includes trade and commerce, or generally we can say all those services like banking, warehousing, insurance, transportation, all comes under the category of tertiary industry. So let's have a recall. It is over now. So we have our main topic is classification of business activities, and it is classified into two categories: industry and commerce. Industry means to make useful goods, and commerce means to assist the goods to be transported from producer to the ultimate consumer. Then the industries are of various types. First one is primary, then secondary, then tertiary. The primary industry is divided into two parts: genetic, which deals with the breeding of plants and animals. Extractive is related with extraction of minerals from natural resources. Then the secondary industry is divided into two parts: manufacturing and construction. Manufacturing is simply production of raw material into useful goods, and construction related to infrastructure. Then manufacturing is subdivided into four parts: analytical industry, cement, we can say crude oil is the example from in which we get many byproduct from one single product. Then we have synthetical industry, which combines various ingredients to get one single product. Then processing industry have successive stages, where in each every stage we get a new product. And assembling industry relates with the combining various components to make a one single component, for example computers and cars. And our last type of industry is tertiary industry, which is related to service sector, and it includes banking, insurance, warehousing, transportation, etc. So thank you, students.